In this video, we're gonna make a vinyl record cabinet. So let's go. So before we start this project, I want to show you guys how we plan on getting all of our pieces to complete this vinyl record cabinet. We're going to be using 2 sheets of plywood, technically a sheet and a half because that's all we ended up using. I do like to keep my pieces color coded. It does help me understand where my pieces belong. And when I'm marking down on my sheet of plywood, it helps me understand which piece I'm cutting. So we first started by using a track saw to cut our big sheet of plywood into more manageable sizes. Once we had those more manageable sizes, we took them over to the table saw to get our final dimension. Also, if you haven't noticed, I have 2 extra people with me in this video. We have Matt and Chantel from Matt's Fitzgerald channel, and we're going to be making a vinyl record cabinet for their apartment. Once we had all these pieces cut down, we then edge banded all the exposed plywood edges. We kind of had like an assembly line going on. One person was cutting down the edge banding to the right length, the other person was ironing it on, and the third one was trimming the edge banding down to size. In order for our bag to sit flush with the back side of our cabinet, we had to route out a 1/2 inch groove so that it could have a place to sit. Routing out the top and the bottom of the cabinet was fine, but when I got to the sides, because of the grain direction on the plywood, I was getting a lot of tear out.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I tried putting tape on the edge of the plywood to see if that would help with the tear out, but it didn't make any difference. So I had to take it easy and just do a reverse cut using the router bit. And if you're not careful doing that, the router could get away from you, just like it did to me here. Because the shape of the router bit is round, it's going to leave a round corner in the edge of the cabinet. To fix this, we just rounded off our plywood back panel with a palm sander.
Oh, look at that. Yes. That's solid. Yep.
To get the design on the doors that we were looking for, we had to mark every 2 inches on the top and the bottom of the doors and 3 3/16 inches on the side of the doors. This will give us a 2-inch spacing in between the lines. We used a scrap piece of wood with the straight side to connect the dots and get our lines marked on the doors. I might have to heat it up and
And pull it off.
pull it off. In order to give the doors the character that we wanted, we used a track saw to score the top of the plywood, following the lines we marked up earlier. In order to get our legs looking fancy, we ended up cutting a taper on them. We made a quick jig to help taper the legs 1/2 inch from the bottom. Now to make this jig safe, ideally you would want a clamp putting pressure down on the piece of wood and not back how I have it set up here. I just didn't have the right clamp for that at the time. What? That's not right.
It looks nice, but
That is not right. They lied to us. Unless I measured wrong. Now you might be wondering, how am I going to attach these legs on the cabinet? Well, it's simple. We're going to be using 2 dowels per leg and wood glue. Now you might notice that we did not apply stain where the legs are gonna go. This is just to help the wood glue get better adhesion in between the two pieces. All right, Matt and Chantel are on their way over here. I'm gonna try to prank them. Last night when we were staining this, Chantel was very worried that if we leave the stain on here for too long, it's gonna get too dark. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be telling them, that we didn't take off the stain completely and that it got really dark. So I'm gonna try to get their faces on the camera, but I don't wanna make it too obvious. So let's see how I can set this up. All right, so I went ahead and put a moving blanket on top of this. Don't mind all the sawdust here, which is cutting on top of this a couple days ago. But they can't see anything, so I'll have them stand here. I'll put the camera on that side and get their reaction. Okay, so if the noise is a little muffled, it's because I have my mic hidden underneath my jacket here. Oh, they're coming. What up, what up?
Day 3.
Day 3, so windy today, man. So we got some good news and we got some bad news.
Yeah?
Good news is the legs are on.
Good news.
Bad news is we didn't take off all the stain completely and it kind of soaked in more than probably what you guys wanted.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of dark,
All right.
pretty dark. So I kind of covered it to reveal it to you guys. I know Chantel was pretty worried about this, so hopefully you still like it.
It just kept soaking in.
Yeah, because we didn't take it all off, so.
Oh, the wife did pretty good.
Yeah.
Not good enough, I guess.
So we left the stain on there, or we didn't take out all the stain from last night. Some stayed on there and more soaked into what we were planning. So it's darker than what it was last night when we left. Remember those spots on the doors that was dark?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's
Look
see
at
it. I'm curious. Good news and bad news. I'm scared.
Ah, just joking.
You got it covered.
Got him.
Dang it. Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon. Once again, welcome aboard the Plywood captain. Just going to get ready to go. Our different flight times today is estimated to be 2 hours. Direction aircraft, please. Right turn after departure. About Chris Delta 36,000 feet. Hold on ahead, wind.
There it is, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Check out these fancy door design things. I'm gonna link Matt's channel down below in the description. Make sure you check him out. He makes some really high quality videos. And Matt, thanks for stopping by, man. This was really fun.
Of course, this was amazing. I don't think you guys know how good Jesus actually is, so keep watching.
You guys all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
What happened?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Find out. Bro?
That was
I
so
don't know
loud.
why. Yeah.
Whoa, wee.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you can see